Hello, hi, welcome. My name is Mel. Thank you so much for being here. My first video on YouTube, first Booktube video as the newbie tag. Groundbreaking, I know, but it's a great way to connect with the community, and so let's do it. Why did I start this channel? Well, YouTube is my number one. In the past year, I've really dived back into things like that. What are you most excited about for your channel? I've wanted to have a YouTube channel for such a long time, so the fact that I'm even recording this and editing it, if I get this up, then that's exciting in itself. And I think everybody says being part of the community. I'm already, part of the Booktube community, so being able to engage with it in the actual video format, I don't know, I'm just really excited about that. Why do you love reading? Well, loaded question. I read different books for different reasons, right? Like, I think I've lived a very privileged life. Like, I'm Australian, I'm white, I come from a family with two parents who loved me and supported me. Like, I'm tertiary educated, I have a good job, I live in an urban area with access to amenities. And so I think it would be easy for me to have a certain kind of perspective on the world and a certain level of ignorance, and I'm sure I am ignorant of certain things. So I think, reading really gives me access to experiences that I never have and maybe never will experience. It gives me access to perspectives that I've never had before. And then there's obviously the escapism aspect of it, fantasy, romance. Like, I love a fluffy mystery novel, like give me all the Scooby-Doo vibes. So yeah, I also love the community aspect. Like, one of my best friends is a huge reader, and even if I didn't like the book, I love reading the same thing she's reading and then getting to the end and talking about it. And like, I think Booktube is just that on a huge scale. So yeah, I love reading. What book series got you into reading? Wow, probably actually Peter Rhondo. It's by Emily Rodda. Is she Australian? She is Australian. Oh, it's honestly, I could not tell you what it was about now, but I think it's the first series that I read on my own that my parents didn't read to me. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It sparked my love for reading. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I'd just like to chat books with them. Like, what are you reading? What do you think of what I'm reading? Do you have any recommendations for me? I think that would just be so fun to talk to your favorite booktubers. What are your favorite books? Well, my favorite book of all time is actually a graphic novel. It's called Mouse, and I love when you read a book and it stays with you for so long. And I read this when I was 15. My English teacher recommended it to me, and I still think about it. Like, I still think about how I felt after I read this book, and the symbolism in it and the themes. Like, there are themes in here that, even though it's a World War II book, like, there are themes in here that I really resonate with so much, and yeah, I love it. When did you start reading? Well, my parents read to me when I was a kid, and as soon as I could do it myself, then that was part of my life as well. Like, my mum's side of the family are huge readers. This year we started a family book club, so we all read the same book every month, and then we talk about it at the end of the month. So yeah, reading's always been part of my life. I think, like everybody, I sort of fell off at the end of high school and university because studying and busy, but yeah, in the last year I've really pick back up, and I have a very obsessive personality, so I was always the sort of person who would read 5 books in a week and then nothing for another 6 months. So this year I've actually been able to make it a sustainable part of my routine, and yeah, I'm so thankful for that. Where do I read? Well, I read on the couch, in my bed. I like reading outside on my balcony, or if I can go to the beach or the park, that's kind of ideal. But realistically, I read anywhere. We recently moved overseas, and I had an hour-and-a-half commute, so I read on the train. The only place I can't read is the car, because she's travel sick. She cannot read emotion. What genres do I like to read? Well, I know everyone says, I like to read a little bit of everything, but I think that's true. Like, the only genre I've never read before is horror. And that's because I am a sook. I'm a wuss. I'm scared easily. I don't like watching horror movies, so I just assume that books will be the same. But hey, maybe I am a horror girly deep down. So let me know a horror recommendation for a noob. And I'll read it for a video. How about that? So leave your recommendations down below and I'll make that one of my first videos. And your book collection. Well, realistically, I read most of my books from the library. We recently moved back to Australia, so I'm able to physically have library books now, but for a long time I was reading ebooks while we were traveling and while we were living overseas for a while. So yeah, I mean, here's our little book collection. I'll put some clips in now. My husband's special interest area is Australian politics, so you will see that come through in our collection. But I try not to spend too much money on books, but I'm very lucky in that I often receive them as gifts, and a lot of these used to belong to my mom or to my friends. So yeah, I love my little book collection. Thank you so much for watching. First video in the books. Like, comment, subscribe, all the things for the algorithms. If you'd like to see another video from me, I've made another video over here where I read Brandon Sanderson for the first time. I'll see you over there.